live, George.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hope we're okay. Happy Monday. We're back with another Arsenal Women Chat show, and we're actually live on the return and the first show again on Highbury Fans Forever. So I want to say thank you to Liam for that. So if you haven't subscribed to that, then why not? Get on with it. Come on, sort yourself out. So yeah, we're rolling back the years here. So we've got some good guests on. We've got some returning people. I'm gonna introduce you first to where it all began first with my co-host Mel. How are you?
I'm not bad, brother. How are you?
Yeah, and not too bad. It's like the good old days, isn't it? It's like I don't know. It's like having Raphael and Leah Williamson back. I don't know who's who. Yeah, you're probably better at defending than me because you play football and I'm blind and I don't. So, yeah. So yeah, glad you're good. Also returning, she's had a bit of a quiet summer. Laura, how are you?
Me or her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. Gosh, yeah, it's been busy, but I'm back for now.
Yeah, great work over the summer on a serious note though. So yeah. Then while we're on Laura's, I might as well. Look, Scottish Laura, how are you?
I'm all good, buddy. I'm a bit sunburned. I got burnt yesterday, so.
I was going to call you Laura Bill, but I don't know if anyone apart from who watches Cannon and Jonesy would know what you're on about. So
yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if there's many people that would like clock onto what you're meaning there, George. But yeah,
cool. He's paid his electric bill. Jack, how are you doing, mate?
I'm all right. I'm plugged into the Wi-Fi today, hence the hair sticking.
Dial-up, mate.
I'm hoping for the best, but yeah, I'm not going to say too soon. But see if I survive it this time.
Yeah, that dial-up you've got in up there is getting better, mate, as time goes on. So yeah, then we've got Andrew. How are you doing, mate? Good to have you back on.
Evening, boss. Yeah, happy days. I got moved from you, George. I don't know where are you sitting these days? Because I've been moved slightly to the left of Block 10 to the more quieter people. I don't know whether they're trusting my voice to carry or whether I've just been excommunicated.
Probably a bit of both. I wasn't even in the ground, so I wouldn't know.
That's
I was at a dreaded work event, and then I was just looking at I was going to get back for the last 20 minutes. Obviously, when I was seeing like the best Norwegian in the world is better than Haaland in Freedom Morning, and then Uber decided to like mess about, and I'm like, nah, I can't be dealing with you. So then I'd done the watch along with Jonesy, Liam, and Catherine outside the Coronet. How's that for commitment? Outside the Coronet. Jonesy was like, I've seen that roof before. And yeah, it was a Coronet. So
admirable.
But I was great watch along as well. We had we had 4,000 views just on our channel, so can't argue with that. 4,000 people watched Olivia Smith bang one in against Michelle's Millwall. But yeah. Have I forgot anyone?
No.
Right. If I have, just speak up But yeah, hello to everyone in the chat so far. Laura, could you just read if anyone has like hellos and stuff, please?
Yeah, so there's a few in the chat. So obviously Catherine's in, so hello to Catherine from over the pond in America. You've obviously got Luke in, he's in. There's so many. Tariq's in as well. Hello, Tariq. Cool. Pete G's in. Andrew Mayot's in. Classic Football Cox has retweeted. Obviously, your stream 90s in. Hello. Mark Bacca's in as well. Dorian's in.
I won't slag off Kyra today, Mark. I won't. I promise you. That's a promise. I won't slag Kyra off.
She didn't get on the pitch, mate. So.
Played. Oh, actually, your turn, mate.
Sorry.
Every time I go to say something about Kyra, Mark comes up and says, "No, she does that for Australia." So yeah, I'm just gonna
Rosie's also on as well. So if anybody knows Rosie, she's a good old Rangers fan. So James will be happy with that one. That there's another Rangers fan that's also joined him.
Hey, Rosie, thank you.
Together, Rosie and James can sleep together.
Not Rosie
and Jim.
No, Rosie and James.
Oh, okay. I love that program.
Yeah, and that's a good view. I'm just
showing his age there a bit, Andrew.
Darren's also on.
You know what? I'm even
so
older than that.
Oh, the Dasmobile.
Darren's also on, so he'll be happy. He'll have a smile on his face because his favourite person scored at the weekend, so he'll be happy.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Freedom Morning. So yeah, let's get on with the game. Thank you to everyone in the chat so far. It's amazing that you're here. So definitely drop your views in there as well. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button on both channels. I'll start with obviously the game. I'll start with you, Brother Grimsby. Will, how was you feeling going into the game? Obviously, we saw the lineup. I was a bit surprised about Katie Reid starting. We're going to come to Katie Reid a bit after this, so don't worry. You get your picture, Laura. But on the lineup, how was you feeling going into it?
Yeah, I think in Renee we trust now really with any lineup that comes our way. That's my way of seeing it this season. I mean, I wasn't surprised with Katie Reid because I know that we'd looked quite shaky in defence during pre-season where Lottie had been given a go. And then obviously I know she's played with the London Lioness striker a few times, quite big and physical. So I think Renee's seen it as a good matchup. So I was pretty happy. I was interested to see what London City Lionesses did. I mean, they've got so many new players, and I think the investment in their team's a good thing. And I think it could be a good time to play London City at the start of the season rather than maybe in 5 or 6 games' time. I thought before they might be able to pull a few shocks this season, and having seen them, I still probably think that way. They'll take some big scalps along the way, and thankfully us at the Emirates isn't one.
Yeah. Also, hello to Brian as well. Thank you for everything so far as well. So that's the Mr. Arsenal podcast for those who just know Ryan as the Mr. Arsenal podcast. So remember to hit that subscribe button as well in there as well. I'll come to you. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Hold on. Laura, not Scottish Laura, non-Scottish Laura. That's what I'm calling you for today. It's going to work. So, how was you feeling when you saw? Obviously, we're talking about Katie Reid here. Was you surprised that she started ahead of Lotta?
No, but only because I know that Renee rates her like really highly, and Lotta hasn't really gotten the game time she deserves, in my opinion. But I don't know, would she start 100% fit Katie Reid over an 80-90% fit and fully active Lotta? I don't know if I would have gone with the more experienced one, but I also think they underestimated London City a little bit, especially in the beginning. So maybe that's another thing. But yeah, I mean, Katie Reid grew into it. I think it's a good thing for her to get some match experience. And I mean, what other way is there to learn, I think she's going to be a class one, really class one. I mean, she's already really good, but yeah, she's going to be amazing.
Yeah. I think some people forget her age as well, don't they? Like,
yeah.
It's just, I think that's like not many players at that age have already won the Champions League. Not like Chelsea. Just saying, Gav, if you're watching. This is a Champions of Europe show, so just take notice. Mel, have you got any questions about obviously Katie Reid or any views on that you want to ask anyone?
I don't really have any questions. My only view is, well, you could also pose it as a question: the giveaway of the penalty. In my opinion, it's just a silly challenge to make. But as a centre back, we've all made silly challenges. They don't all result in a penalty. I think she was just unlucky with that. But taking her age and that into account, I don't think it's a massive deal. we've obviously fought back from it. It's only been in the first 15 minutes, but aside from the penalty, I think she had a very good game. I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts and
I'll tell you
opinions
what,
on
Mel,
the penalty challenge.
Back, like, so she gives away the penalty, and then I seem to remember the next thing that happened was the through ball where she made quite a big tackle. Just so you know what it's like as a centre back, how impressive was actually to come back after giving away what was a stupid penalty. But I thought she responded really, really well. How hard is that to do? Because obviously, a centre back's one of the more unforgiving positions, isn't it? Really, in terms of your mistakes,
You're telling me.
into goals. So, yeah, just how impressive was it for her at her young age to have bounced back in the way that she did, and how difficult is that to do at centre back first game of the season when you make such a big mistake in her? And she was going to always be under the spotlight as well.
Yeah, and given the circumstances, obviously a lot of people didn't expect her to start. I don't really know what anybody else expected, but she was pretty much one of the first names on the team sheet for me, given the fact that Leah's out injured. We've not seen Lotto in a while, and Karina seems to have slipped right down the pecking order. But it's obviously, to her, it's high stakes. It's big game. Starts first game of the season. She's at the Emirates. It's on paper, people looking at it as a surefire game for Arsenal to win. And to give away a penalty, luckily, not something I've ever done in my career. But even just giving away a silly challenge like that leads to a goal, it does play on your mind, and every sort of challenge after that, you're second guessing yourself. Should I go for it? Should I just stand them up? Should I show them down the line? Should I just let them have the ball, let them make a mistake? But for her to go in with that through ball, like you said, and make that big challenge, I think that shows her character. She's not one that's going to second guess herself. And at a young age, I think that's a very admirable trait to have. I know
Can I just say, leading into that though, but obviously, as many people know, I put a picture up of Katie Reid if anybody's wondering, George.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to do that anyway.
If anybody will know, I like to, when I've been to a game live, I like to come back and watch it over and over again just to analyse where I went wrong, if we went wrong or whatever. But Mariona loses the ball in midfield, and Katie Reid has no other choice but to do what she did. She wins the first ball, she wins that perfectly fine, but it gets away from her, and I don't think there's anything else she really could have done. Islani jumps up like she had been shot. I don't know if she thought she was in the men's game. There was genuinely no need for that reaction, but it is a penalty, but it's a very it's one we could have questioned our midfield for. So we could have.
Yeah. Maybe she thought it. Maybe Islani thought it was that 3 o'clock alarm a day early. Like the way she jumped. And
even then, that was 19 minutes late. So
yeah, everything. It was nearly as late as us. Andrew, I'm going to come to you, obviously, because we're all talking about that with Katie. Obviously, she obviously did give away the penalty. Some people say it was a bit slack, but I think we need to more be talking about her mentality, how she bounced back from that game, because I thought after that, I thought she was absolutely immense.
Yeah, she didn't put her foot wrong. And just to go back, I think Catherine has put the similar to you, Laura, that Katie was kind of left all on her own to sort of to defend and that. And but yeah, I mean, and on the other point, it's like when we were wondering. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised to see her in the lineup, but then I saw the size of the London City striker, and it made a lot of sense then because they were their height for height, and I thought, Lotta's decent in the air, absolutely she is, but with the size of the London City striker, it made a lot of sense in that sense as well, just to match them for height, but. Yeah, she was really assured. I think that that could have sent a lot of people to pieces, going giving away a penalty so early in the game. But I thought she was superb for the rest of the day, and it's an interesting one now. We've got at one point I know we were thinking that she would be off on loan. trying to get some minutes. But you know, who knows what's going to happen in January? I mean, obviously, that was quite a shock to me to see. I don't heard the talk of the leg brace, but when you see Leah coming on like RoboCop to lift the trophy, the European Champions Trophy, the European Women's Champions League trophy, which Arsenal have won just recently, I believe.
Chelsea won it.
Laura, you're the one with the stats. Have Chelsea ever won the European Women's Champions League?
Nope.
No, we can confirm they have never, ever won it. And Arsenal have won it twice now. So there we go. But yeah, Katie Reid really assured. It makes some interesting. Renee's got a fantastic problem come January when hopefully all 5 of our centre backs are fit.
Yeah, no, I agree. Obviously carrying on with the game. Obviously, we did go behind, but then Jack, I'll come to you. A certain Olivia Smith. That's all I need to say, mate. Floor's yours.
Yeah, she's what we've been crying out for, isn't she? All last season, we said we don't have that player that we think can create something from absolutely nothing. And she skips past a player and absolutely rifles it into the side netting. I don't think it's a fluke. I think she's going to do it a few times this season. I mean, it seemed like as well during the game she made a lot of good decisions. A bit like Katie Reid, cannot believe her age. And I think just like with Russo and United, I think we've stolen one off Liverpool because she is pretty ridiculous, actually. I mean, yeah. I think she's going to be she's probably one of the key missing pieces we needed from last year's Champions League winning squad to a team and a squad now that I think probably tips us as maybe favourites now for the title as well.
Bloody hell. Jack being positive. I know it's all new stuff, new channel as well, and like, oh wow. Coming from the one who wanted to sell Leah Volti at the start of last season. Well, you got your wish, I suppose.
I was about to say you was wrong.
Yeah.
I did say Leah Volti due to injuries as well, which
maybe we have to check who Jack wanted to sell at the start of this season, then we do another show at the start of next season and see if like the trend happens. But yeah, Laura, obviously Arsenal spent £1 million on Olivia Smith. Value-wise, I think obviously where she's young, she's got so much potential, but her ceiling's absolutely massive, isn't it?
Me?
Non-Scottish Laura.
Wait, sorry, what was the question? I was just not like
it's like being back at school. The kids are not listening. Right. So obviously we spent £1 million on Olivia Smith.
Right.
So obviously her ceiling's quite high, but do you think, like in given time, that is going to be a bargain, or do you think we still overpaid a bit?
I have a big opinion on these 1 million kind of expenditures.
Yeah,
I think is what you say. So no, I think yes, that's a bit much. But I've also thought that with Germa, and I also thought that with what's her name at Chelsea, and I also we'll think about it with every other player that transfers for over $1 million. It's because these clubs Liverpool is not from outside of England, but I've said it before. The clubs outside of England, they know how much English clubs are willing to spend on players.
Yeah.
No matter where they're from, no matter what club they play for, if they want the player, there's going to be a lot of money involved. And I think it's a bit of a problem, but not as big as it might seem now. But yeah, it can only get worse from here on out, though. Like, I think Thompson, with all, like, I think it was reported somewhere she was 1.45 million US dollars, which is like just a bit above £1 million. But with add-ons, it will be $2 million. Not sure how much that is in pounds. I have to calculate, but I know it's like 1.7 million euros, which is a crazy amount. Like, there's not going to be a women's player worth that much for a while, and if so, we're talking Bon Mati, we're talking Alexia Putellas. Like, we're not talking Thompson, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, but like, it's the truth. I thought I was gonna about, you know, I had to say the truth, but yeah, it's a bit much in my opinion.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. I think Darren's probably just turned the volume up because you said Bon Mati. So, yeah. What was I going? Yeah. Andrew, obviously talking about Olivia Smith with her finish. Obviously, it was probably contender for one of the goals of the season already, I would say.
Yeah, stop the count. Stop the count.
Yeah. I should have stopped the league on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
But obviously that got us back to 1-1, and then super Chloe Kelly, obviously with a tap in. How did you think Chloe done in the game? Like, on the whole, obviously I know she got the goal, but like generally.
Yeah, she was terrific. I think to be fair, I think the goal, you know, is Alessia's work. I mean, Alessia's work all afternoon. She was holding the ball up. She was really strong, you know, and the assist from her, it was good. But you know, I think Chloe had a solid game. I think she, you know, and she's always going to pop up. That's it, you know. Even to be fair, I thought London City, their defenders were. Defense in the early part were pretty kind of well organized, and it was going to take something pretty special. But yeah, I thought Chloe had a good game. Obviously, Olivia was kind of stealing the show on the other wing with that. And the other thing with Liv, she's just so exciting. You could just see it every time she touched the ball. She got the ball. You know, there was this kind of a buzz around the ground. You could see that, you know, that. You know, as Jack was saying, she's that missing piece. She's got that different element to her. And now it feels like we've got you know, for the first time, we've got the complete set, you know, of the four wingers that have all got their own kind of, their own specialisms to give in that way. And, you know, and I think it makes defending us an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. Scottish Laura, so we're getting good at this now. Obviously, I want to talk about Beth Mead as well. So I think we've got a picture, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. It's like the new Art Attack. This is, you know what I mean? So yeah, Beth, I think, I wouldn't say changed the game, but she completely took it away from LCL, didn't she, when she came on? And I think we've had quite a good few conversations about Beth Mead on here. And yeah, I thought obviously when she came on, she completely ripped the momentum away from LCL.
Yeah, I think Beth's got a point to prove this season, especially with her staying at Arsenal. I know a lot of people have said, why have we kept her? She came on Saturday and she showed why we kept her and why she's worthy of keeping as well, and why we need her in our team, because for years Arsenal have struggled with the whole not having enough players that can come on and impact a game, and it's something we spoke about over the last few seasons with Chelsea, that they have players that can come on and impact it, and that's exactly what Beth Mead did on Saturday. She could see that the game was like slightly dipping, came on and got the 2 assists in the 2 minutes that she did, and I thought she was brilliant when she came on as well. There could have been a few times that she could have possibly had her own goal if she'd have just stopped looking for her friends on that pitch, but yeah, I thought she was fantastic. And whether Beth's going to be an impact player or a player that may start off the bench, or may start and then go off and we have somebody else coming off the bench, then yeah, I'm happy that she stayed at Arsenal, definitely.
Yeah. Mel, do we have any comments?
We have a few. The one that I saw that I remembered was, who's the dog? The dog is Carter. He is a French bulldog. He's fat. He's a pain in my arse. He's also known as Chunk, Fat Boy, and Speed Bump. For those of you who know the Speed Bump story, he got hit by a car. The car came off worse than he did. It needed a new bumper. He had one scratch. So that's the background on who's the dog.
We might get the dog sponsors for this season.
He'll take high vises and hard hats because he does love to try and fight a car. Other comments we've had is Catherine said Arsenal spent 1 million on one player and then got 2 other great players on free transfers, so that is good business. It is if you look at
Taylor Hines is brilliant.
I really don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. And that's the issue here, George.
Yeah, she's a good squad player.
We'll take it. She's not going to get in front of Emily
Fox. She's not ahead of Emily Fox or Katie McCabe.
No.
I actually thought Taylor Hines had a good game the last few minutes that she came on.
I mean, there's really not much you can do in the space of there's not much wrong you can do in the space of 5 minutes.
As I say, watching it back though, but there was times where she would press to get us further up the pitch, which again is something in the last couple of minutes of a game I don't think I've ever seen Arsenal do. We kind of then start to sit back and don't really attack.
I think her signing's a good thing as well, because obviously we saw since Emily Fox has came in, there's not really been much of, if at all, a replacement for her at her standard. So to have somebody like Taylor Hines who can play in sort of like your cup games and stuff like that, or against some of the smaller clubs who usually end up being our bogey teams, to give Emily Fox a break, because you could see towards the end of last season that poor girl was run into the ground, but she never stopped. She was at 110 mile an hour. So it's always good to have a replacement like that in Taylor Hines. So we'll take it. We'll class her as a good transfer.
And the good thing about Taylor Hines as well is she can switch the flanks. Yeah. So if Katie needs a break, then of course, then we have Taylor Hines in that sense. And then, of course, you've got Jenna as well.
I'm quite interested to hear what you guys thought to Katie McCabe's game. Because I was quite unsure on it, if I'm honest.
If you follow the BBC graphic, apparently Kim Little was playing at left back and Mariona was at centre half. So it was different.
And if you listen to the BBC commentary as well, apparently it was Manchester United we were playing on Saturday, not London City. That one, I was driving, I had it playing through the car, and London City had a shot, and I think it was from a free kick. I can't really remember. And they're like, "Yeah, that's great work for Manchester." And I was like, "Fuck me, that's some shot if they're taking a shot for Manchester." But,
but they're trying Katie Zellum, but that's just taking a bit of the mick.
Yeah, I think it was Katie Zellum that took the shot, and they're like, "Yeah, it's great build-up play from Manchester." I was like, "She's not been there for a while, but go off, I guess." Luke's also said he thinks it's great transfer business, but he is slightly concerned that we're treading the same path as the men's league by buying in young talent. But our young talent hasn't really proved us wrong yet, so
no.
Yeah, I agree.
I also think we brought in some experience as well, and we kept experienced players. I mean, Stina and Frida are the two perfect examples, and obviously keeping Beth for what I think will be her last season. We've still got the depth and the quality there. We're just in that process of having to regenerate the team, because we had one of our big complaints at the start of last season was the age of the team. How many of these players did we actually think were good enough to go for a league title? And I don't think Renee's ignored the start of last season. She's still trying to make the changes. And I do think, again, at the start of next season, we'll see another 2 or 3 of the older players go, some new ones come in. And I think all the problems we saw at the start of last season, she's not ignored them. And we're seeing the slow regeneration, and the best way to do that is by bringing in younger players with these experienced players around them, allowing them to have a couple of seasons to grow into them positions, whilst slowly bringing more and more in.
Give me some names, Jack. I want some names. Come on.
Don't hang him out to dry.
Jack,
Don't say the one that everyone's thinking, Jack, because I will fight you.
Don't.
I know she doesn't have
I'm
long
sick of hearing that name now. You can stop it.
What, Jack? That's not.
I won't
nice,
say. I won't say Mel's, even though there are some strong rumours going around.
No.
Stop it with your rumours.
And I stop.
I think Beth Mead, it's her last season. I believe she's out of contract at the end of the season, and I also believe Viv Miedema is out of contract at the end of the season.
So we're not signing her back, are we?
No, but I wonder if there'll be a move, perhaps abroad, potentially, without saying too much for both of them. Yeah, maybe Steph Catley as well. Wouldn't surprise me, looking at her age.
Laura's got a smirk on her face, and that never
Can't
fails me to say.
I can't say I'm disappointed with that.
I'm actually surprised Laura's still in this. She hasn't boosted like she does in the group chat.
She hasn't said hello yet, that's what it is.
Hello. Maybe side-eye emoji.
I like how you get nervous every time. I'm just like, hello.
You just pop out of nowhere.
It was Andrew's fault. He started it all. He just bulldozed in and asked you a question. Yeah, I'm all right, by the way. Oh, thanks.
There is a few more comments. Like a lot of people are saying as well that this is possibly going to be Beth Mead's role for the rest of the season, coming on about the 60th, 70th minute mark.
Yeah,
which I think is good. We need that energy coming off the bench, and Beth's always she's got the bit between her teeth. She wants to go and attack people and finish teams off, like we saw on Saturday. We've also had a few more comments.
I did see someone said Beth's like Trossard, and I do disagree with that because I actually think Beth Mead's good. With Leandro Trossard he done well in 1 or 2 games. I'm not a fan, as the people who follow the men know, but yeah, I think that's a bit harsh on Beth Mead calling him Leandro Trossard.
I can see the comparison though in the way they play.
I don't think Beth's got a pay rise for doing nothing. That's all I'm saying.
No, but in the way they play, Trossard's very much an impact player in terms of what he does. He's not like an Olivia Smith or same as Beth Mead. They're not players who are going to get the ball, beat 2 or 3 players, and maybe create something out of nothing. It's going to be for them the incisive pass, the right position at the right time. And I still stick by Beth Mead being arguably our best finisher in the club when a chance comes up.
I do agree with that.
And I do think that's probably a fair shout as well for Trossard in the men's team. Sometimes you might feel like they're not doing loads, but if a chance is going to fall to one of them, and one of them are on the pitch, you're going to want it to fall to Beth Mead because 9 times out of 10 she is likely to finish it.
Yeah.
There's also been a comment asking if me and Laura are both Scottish. We are the 2 Scots that you'll see on here that you can understand.
I don't know what give it away.
When James is on, we need subtitles for that man. Even I struggle to understand him sometimes, and I've lived here my whole life. So make that what you
and I struggle to understand him.
Yeah, I don't know what give it away. Nothing to do with the accent or nothing.
There's a few contracts up next year, actually. I've just checked. Quite a few.
Some worrying ones, but I'm not thinking about them ones yet.
All right.
Stina's.
I've not checked Stina, but Mariona has she has 2026 plus an option for another year, so the club might or might not trigger it. Let me see Stina. What's Stina? Oh yeah, Stina's up next year, definitely.
Emily Fox is as well, isn't she? I believe. If I'm
Emily
not
Fox.
Yikes!
No, I don't think so. I think she's got another year. She's got a 3-year contract. Well, I'm not sure. I haven't written it down, but Steph is up definitely. Katie's up definitely. Let me see.
That's a lot of players' contracts up next season, isn't it?
Also a lot of defenders.
Kim Little. Technically, Palova.
Yeah, Palova's only got 1 more, isn't she?
Beth. Definitely Beth. Caitlin is not up. Wait, yes, I don't know. Actually, I've not written it down. The only thing I know is that Chloe and Alessia are not up next year.
So that could be an That could be an entrance game, just Clary.
And I think Manu might be up next.
What a way to go, Laura. Go and send the full of X
Right.
into a meltdown. That's what I do.
That's what we like to do.
That's a positive
We've
thing.
only just recovered from the Leah Volti meltdown as well.
Yeah,
We
Okay.
love stirring the pot here.
I
What
think-
can we say?
I think I was in the
I've
minority.
known about that for ages. I was over it before it happened. So
But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go to Scottish Laura. Obviously, we Frida. I've been talking about Frida. I think she's been quite ruthless with her like attack play when in the last couple of games. I know the other one was against West Ham in a pre-season game, and West Ham, famous last words, lost to a struggling Tottenham team. But yeah, what's your views on Frida and like her role in the team now?
Yeah, of course, again, it's another one that came off the bench and impacted the game a little bit more than some of them did in the second half. But this is what I don't get about Frida. She comes in at the start of the season, firing all cylinders, and we're looking at her thinking, oh, here comes a little bit of that Frida that would just scream for the full season. And then it dips off and you're just like, what you had at the start of the season, I'd like you to continue all the way through. I will only allow you a certain amount of games to put your foot wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I need a couple more games to judge Frida. So I don't know if it would be best to ask somebody else that question, George, because as I say, for me, I'm not going to assess certain players in the first game of the season. Yeah.
Yeah. Just reading some of the comments. Obviously, men are allowed on the show because me and Andrew are here. So just wanted to clarify that. Last time I checked, we were men. So
Jack is also here. I would like to preface.
and,
Jack is
oh yeah, I
also
forgot about Jack. To be honest, Jack's actually a Jedi. It's fine. So yeah, comments like that. Comments like that. You've kind of answered your own question. So moving on. And talking about men, I'm going to come to Andrew.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm a man.
Can you talk like that the whole show?
No, probably not.
We'll talk about Stina. Obviously, Darren's probably woke up now. That's another man who's been on the show. Yeah, obviously she came on, got the goal. Do you think we're going to see more of that this season? Like maybe with Leslie being rotated a bit more? Or do you think she's still going to probably play the predominantly most of the games?
I think Stina does Stina things, and that's that one thing is she is. I think that's what we're going to see is her coming on 60th minute, and you know she just plays a different game to Alessia. You know, Alessia's more of a kind of a back to the goal player, holding it play up, whereas then Stina comes on and the defenders have got a whole new sort of tactic to deal with. You know, Stina's on the shoulder just and the goal, it was just right time, right place, wasn't it? She was just, the ball came in and there's Stina I think for kind of like for the wingers and the kind of the midfielders, you just know where Stina's going to be on the pushing that defensive line. Very rarely comes out of the outside of the goal posts. She's already a legend for the Arsenal. I think she's going to be one of those players that gets fondly remembered in years to come, just for her goals that she scored. She's always cropping up for that big one. So, I think you can almost pencil her in. When we win the league, she's going to get the winning goal. When we win the Champions League, she's going to get the winning goal. She's probably going to score 5 goals all year. And that's it. It's going to be the winners of the major trophies. She's just the ceremonial goal scorer for the Arsenal. Although, going back to that previous conversation, I do wonder whether she will stick around this time next year. It'd be interesting to see kind of the development of Michelle at Brighton, and then again, we've been talking about the age profile of the team, and Michelle's going to obviously bring that down massively. And Stina could start. I mean, I'll say this. I think we've got the best sort of backup striker in WSL, and so equally that means that she could start for quite a few clubs. Maybe that's what she wants. It depends what she wants. She's clearly very, very happy at the club, but yeah, I think, like I say, she's going to be the ceremonial goal scorer. You just come on. Oh, we need to get the winner for the final. On comes Stina, goal. We all go crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you summed up the whole season, Andrew. Well done. No more
You're
show for the
welcome.
season now. So that's like The Simpsons or so.
Troy McClure.
Mel, I'm going to come to you. Obviously, just wrapping up the game. I thought Kim Little again was playing like she's 17 or 18. What was your views on Kim? And I know a lot of people was saying about could this be her last season? I don't think it will, but yeah, what's your views with that? Do you think she still needs to be rotated with Kyra as well?
I think yes, because obviously we need to get more minutes into Kyra, especially in some of the bigger games, given that, using common sense, Kim doesn't have much longer left in a professional career. And if she does, it's not playing 90 minutes. I think she had a game of Kim Little standard on Saturday. She did what she does best, and she knows sort of what she can do and what she can't do, and she sticks by what she can do, which I think a lot of people think of as a boring player. But I think given her experience, her age, the club she's played for, the players she's played with, it doesn't take a lot to know, like watching, that she knows exactly what her job is and she executes her role week in, week out, be it to a standard that everybody sees or a standard that only some people see because they have watched a lot of football, they've played football, they know specifically what Kim's role is. But yeah, I think Kim did Kim things and it worked. Given the retirement thing, I would love for her to announce it at like the start of a season to sort of be like, this is my farewell season, but It's Kim. She's going to slip out the back door. She's going to Irish exit. She doesn't like being in the spotlight. She doesn't like being the face of the club. You see it every time when we win a trophy. She, as a captain, a lot of people would quite happily grab a trophy with their two hands and lift it themselves, but she's always got Leah there with her. She hates being the centre of attention. I think she always has, going off of people that I know that know of her and have played with her. She just wants to go in, do her job and go home. She doesn't, obviously she's got all the time in the world for the fans and that, but she doesn't want all the fanfare. She doesn't like being the centre of attention. So yeah, I could see her slipping out the back door in the most Kim Little way possible. Just a wee wave and that'll be her.
Yeah, just I don't normally do this, but in the comments, can we actually keep the comments actually to do something with the Arsenal Women Chat Show, not just stupid stuff? And it's because it's starting to get on my nerves. So I can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, about Kim. Jack, I'm gonna come to you. Obviously, could you see, like, obviously we don't really want to fast forward it, but do you think situations of a season could be what determines whether we see Kim for another season? So, like, if we win the WSL or something like that?
Yeah, it's a hard one. I mean, footballing-wise, Kim Little could play another 2 or 3 years to a good WSL standard. She keeps adapting the way she plays. She's adapted the way she's played for a long time. And I've seen absolutely no reason why she couldn't continue to adapt the way she plays. I mean, she's such a leader as well, but she's so good on the football pitch. And I think we saw it against London City Lionesses. I thought Mariona was giving the ball away at times. And It was Kim Little who just got her foot on the ball, kept things ticking over. kept control of it and just brought a whole calm to the midfield. And I think it's hard. I don't know whether maybe we win the WSL and she goes. Maybe she thinks, you know what, I'm playing so well still. I fancy another season. I think Kim Little is one of those people who,
Cool.
it's hard to figure out what she thinks in the future. I couldn't call it at all.
No, it is a hard one, but we can just enjoy and embrace of how amazing Kim Little is at the moment. So we're going to wrap up because I'm going to get your who your player of the match is. So Laura, I'll start with you, not Scottish Laura.
My player of the match, Leslie, I think. Just purely, I mean, yeah, because the obvious answer is Olivia Smith and whatnot, but or Beth Mead because she got 2 assists. But I think Alessia at times can be overlooked because she doesn't act like classic number 9 as you would expect a number 9 to behave, but she is much more on the pitch. Oh, how do you say this in English? She's like she creates so much opportunities, and she's everywhere. She might as well have gotten 3 assists and no goals, but I think her work rate gets a bit overlooked by the fact that she at times is not the most prolific number 9 scorer when she does a lot on the pitch that leads to all these goals. So Alessia gets my vote this week.
Yeah, cool. Just want to say thank you, Rosie. I appreciate that. Scottish Laura, who's your player of the match?
I'm going to go with the Scottish and stick to Kim Little. I thought Kim Little's performance on Saturday was another one that was overlooked, of course, by Olivia Smith's goal and what Olivia Smith did, and then, of course, what Beth Mead did. I thought she controlled that midfield really well. She was just, I thought at one point she was a ballerina. She was just pivoting around people. But yeah, Kimmy Little for me. Just because she's Scottish and yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Brother Grimsby, what about you?
I'm going to go quite an obscure one. I'm going to go Steph Catley. I think at the heart of defence, I thought she had a relatively solid game.
You're always so random, dude.
No. But you know what? I think in the absence of Leah Williamson, with Katie Reid next to her, for Emily Fox, actually had quite a poor game for her standards. And I thought Katie McCabe, the other side, also had a relatively poor game. So I think actually having the leadership and the experience of Steph Catley at the back in that centre-back role, there was quite a number of times where she'd mop up absolutely anything behind. It meant that Goodwin, I think's her name, went on to Katie Reid, and that was the correct matchup for us. But also playing the ball out, I think, obviously you could go Olivia Smith for the goal. I thought Kim Little was excellent. I think Russo as well held everything up. Pullover in the pockets, I thought, was quite promising for someone whose first game. But I think last season, with Steph Catley at left back and Leah Williamson out injured, I think we go 1-0 down and we concede 2 or 3 and end up losing that game. So I do think actually it was quite a noticeable difference having that experience at the back and someone who, she does the simple stuff. She mops up everything. She's in the right place at the right time. And it allows someone like Katie Reid to have the confidence to go a lot more aggressive onto their striker. No.
Guys, we're all allowed to have our own opinions on here, and that's opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Marinakis has not stood behind me, I can promise.
That's one
Blink
opinion.
twice,
Ali's
Jack.
not sat
Jack,
behind the camera.
Jack, if you're in trouble, blink twice. He needs to get you out.
I do appreciate that Jack does a lot of work for the channel with getting those subscribers with his weird reviews. So I appreciate it. Mr. Mann, who's your player?
Do you know? Do you know what? Brother Grimsby, I hear what you're saying, and I think that's a fair point about kind of like having someone with Steph's experience next to someone like Katie Reid on the game was huge, and I think if I remember rightly, the two people straight after Katie had committed that the penalty, both Kimmy and Steph just went up and give her a little bit of a tap and a cuddle, and those things are massive. So yeah, I do. You did come out of left fielder, but I'll give you that one, brother Jack. But fair play to you. I can see where you're coming from. I'm gonna go with Kim Little though. Ball retention. Again, it was just it's like you said, Mel. It's just another kind of Kim Little game, but it was so useful. She was going up against a pretty, Zellerman and Naslani. That's a pretty good midfielder that she was up against. But the distribution.
Sorry, did you just use Zellem and good midfield in one sentence then?
Wow, you're brutal this evening.
Right, sorry, go on.
A little bit of respect, young Laura.
Yeah.
Allow me to finish.
All right, sorry.
Sorry, sir.
That's it. I'm never going to say hello to you again.
All right.
You don't normally anyway.
No.
You don't normally anyway, yeah?
Where was I? I've forgotten. Yeah.
Talking about Katie Zellan being better than.
That's where I left off.
You're talking about Katie Zellan being better than Bon Matty, you said, or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I did. We'll move on. I'm done.
John Cena mic dropped. Right, it's fine. Mel, we'll finish it up with you. Obviously, everyone has said Kim as well. Are you going to go for Kim? It's probably.
I'm not actually.
Are you not? Oh my god! This show, I can't deal with it.
I'm indeed everyone. I'm not going to blow smoke up Kim Little's arse for once.
Mel's going to go for Leah Williamson just to piss James off.
Let's go. He's going to go for Kyra. Somebody has to go for Kyra.
Personally, I think there wasn't anybody in the team who didn't have a bad game. Obviously, Katie Reid at fault for the penalty, but like we said already, she bounced back from that very, very well. I'm going to go for the obvious choice, but not for the obvious reasons. I think if you take out the fact that Olivia Smith scored that goal, which was an absolute screamer, by the way, she had no right shooting from there, but she did, and she nailed it. You couldn't have held the ball in your hand and placed it any better than the side netting. But I just think she was an absolute pest the whole time she was on the pitch. I think between Olivia Smith, Russo, and Chloe Kelly, the three of them were just an absolute nightmare for that back line. And as a centre back, to have three players like that at you all game, you don't like they're constantly swapping. Your number 9's going out wide. Your wide field, like your wider players are coming in field. It's just an absolute nightmare to defend against. So I think just for the fact that she came on her debut at the Emirates with a crowd like that behind her for once instead of being against her, that can put a lot of pressure on a player. Obviously, with the high price tag on her head as well, that can get into a lot of players' heads. But yeah, I just think from the first whistle until the minute she went off, she was just an absolute nightmare. Those defenders were up all night thinking about her, I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, I think it'd be very, very hard to pick. But for the simple fact that on her debut to come out with a performance like that and just run a backline riot, it's Olivia Smith.
I also feel like Olivia Smith has settled in so well. Like we've seen it so many times where players come into Arsenal and they don't seem settled until the middle of the season. Olivia Smith just looks like she's been at Arsenal the full time she's been in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we did our business as well really early, so it meant I think every single one of our new signings all went on that full pre-season tour to Germany, and it just. I think having a full pre-season makes such a difference into settling in for the early part of that season. Whereas if you were still signing players at the transfer deadline day, you're not looking till October for them to be fully settled into the squad. So it's such a risk. It takes about a month usually for players to settle. So by us doing our business so early on, it really helps with getting going.
Yeah,
I agree. Obviously, that was a great win for us. We all know what Zinsberg was doing because apparently she had an absolute brilliant week in fantasy football. Because there was a team called Manuela Zinsberg, I think, was near the top. So She was obviously sitting on the bench or just in training. Think I've got to get that done. So good luck to her. So we're going to wrap it up there. But before we finish, I'm going to pass to Scottish Laura because we're going to do our Ruth Beck giveaway. It's the Wheel of Arsenal, I'm going to call it. So good luck
just
to
bear with
everyone
me.
who's entered.
Window and share.
Obviously, if it does fall on me, which I'm hoping it doesn't, just for live
I've not-
YouTube,
I've
please
not put us
respin
in
it. Oh, that's
Neither
fine.
have
That's fine.
Is it showing up for people? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all good.
Right, there we go. And the winner is
So exciting.
Oh, it's-
Paul. It's Paul. What is?
Oh no.
Yeah. So well done. well done, mate. So obviously we'll get that sent out to you. I'll get that sorted after the show. So yeah, well done. He's won more than Tottenham has.
Whee.
So yeah, we'll wrap it up there. I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat, or a majority of the comments anyway. So I just want to say thank you to my guests. ITK Laura, thank you. How are you? Thanks for coming on and all that. I don't know what else to call you. I'm getting bored of this non-Scottish
All
stuff.
right,
So.
all right. Thank you.
So yeah, thank you for coming on this. Really appreciated.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll get you on the show another time, but we'll separate you and Andrew so they don't make.
Why? We're best mates, Andrew and I. You guys don't understand us. Somebody has to talk some sense into him sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously,
Best mates talks and wow.
So obviously, thanks to the president of the Katie Zellum Society, Andrew. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be crying myself to sleep tonight after the brutal kind of.
Maybe next time you think about before you say a sentence like that. All right, I'll stop. Sorry, I'm having a day.
We love it. We love it.
You're having a day. I was having a lovely day, and now.
Brother
Am I wrong,
Grimsby.
though? Am I wrong?
No, not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, you are.
Brother Grimsby, thank you as always.
No, thank you. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I don't want to catch any strays coming from one side of the screen to the other. So, keep me head down and stuck, I think.
The friendly fire. Laura, thank you for all your help and like with the show and coming on as well.
Very much appreciated. Thank you for having us on.
And
even though I'm a bit sunburnt and a bit tired at this point because it was a late night last night, so you're lucky I'm alive.
I appreciate it. And then I also want to thank my amazing co-host Mel. Thank you for co-hosting and great to have you back on.
It's all right. Co-hosting ability is not up to full scratch today because I am currently possibly concussed. Even though the doctors are telling me it's a migraine. One header versus a goalpost. Pretty much concussed in my opinion.
Did you not see it?
No, I went up to head the ball and the striker on the other team decided that was the perfect time to push me and she just launched me straight into the side of the goalpost. So we move, we recover. Yeah, cow. No, she was actually really nice, so I can't say anything too many about her. But yeah, also very tired like Laura. Didn't get to the game on Saturday because I had to be in Ayr on Sunday. It's really horrendous place
that's
to be.
That's a place, not actually flying in
the air.
If you've not heard of it, it's probably for the best. It's not the greatest place on earth. But yeah, but we lost in a cup game, which means I now have some free weekends, so you might be seeing me at the Emirates sometime soon.
Nice. Not that you lost in the cup, but just how we see you at the Emirates.
No, it is a silver lining. We'll take a couple free weekends. So Chelsea game's looking very, very favourable right now.
Love it. So yeah, everyone, thank you. Remember, hit that subscribe button as well. Please share. It's been a great show. We'll be doing another collaborating show with Jonesy on Thursday, previewing the West Ham game. So definitely tune into that, and we'll catch up soon. Everyone, take care and good night.
Bye.